up, Toby Johnson? I'm Tyler, and it's First Things First period on Wednesday, March 2nd.
That means it's time for First Things First on TJTV. I'm Emily.
Franklin High School leadership applications are due today.
Turned in at the student store window. No late applications will be accepted.
Now let's go to Armando for what happened on this day in history.
This day in history.
Hey Jags, Armando here with today's TDIH. First on this day in 1904, Dieter Geisel, better known to the world as Dr. Seuss, the author and illustrator of such beloved children's books as The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham, is born in Springfield, Massachusetts. Geisel, who used his middle name, which was also his mother's maiden name, as his pen name, wrote 48 books, including some for adults, that have sold well over 200 million copies and been translated into multiple languages. Next on this day in 1807, the U.S. Congress passes an act to prohibit the importation of slaves into any port or place within the jurisdiction of the United States from any foreign kingdom, place, or country. Also on this day in 1972, Pioneer 10, the world's first outer planetary probe, is launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on a mission to Jupiter, the solar system's largest planet. Finally on this day in 1978, in one of history's most famous cases of body snatching, two men steal the corpse of the revered film actor Sir Charles Chaplin from a cemetery in the Swiss village of Coursières-sur-Vevey, located in the hills above Lake Geneva in Switzerland. That's it for me. I'm Armando reporting for TJTV. Now back to you.
Thanks, Armando.
All TJMS wrestlers, please turn in your wrestling singlet to Mrs. Jones in the PE department no later than this Friday.
You must personally turn it in to her so that she can check you off. If wrestling singlets are not turned in by this Friday, you will be placed on the no activities list.
Also, congratulations and good luck to Xavier Camarena for qualifying to the TOC tournament. He will be representing Toby Johnson with the best of the best in the NorCal area.
In club news, there will be no club live meetings today after school. And the K Club will meet today at MFA after school.
Now let's go to Ethan for things that we thought were true but aren't.
From a young age, we are told a lot of things, many of which we believe to be undisputably true. However, some truths are myths, and I'm about to bust 3 of them. First off, not only is the Great Wall of China not the only man-made object visible from space, it isn't even visible from space. While light from many cities and populated areas are easily visible from the International Space Station, the wall itself isn't visible to the unaided eye. Astronaut William Pogue said he had used binoculars to see the Great Wall from the International Space Station. It's not that the wall isn't big enough, it's just that the rock the wall is made of was mined locally, and often very similarly colored to the surrounding countryside. One myth down. The next myth to be crushed is that people have 5 senses. You actually have more. Allow me to demonstrate. Close your eyes and try to touch your nose. I know you did it on your first try because humans have a sense called proprioception, which according to Wikipedia is the sense of the relative position of neighboring parts of the body, or the sense of bodily awareness. Still don't believe me? Well, think about pain. Many will argue that's just a sense of touch. But think of a headache. Nothing's touching your brain, and yet you feel pain. The last myth to bust is that before Columbus, all people didn't actually think the world was flat. The thinkers of the world who saw a ship disappear over the horizon and still come back unharmed reasoned that the world had to be at least slightly spherical in shape. According to historian Stephen Jay Gould, there never was a period of flat earth darkness among scholars. Aristotle even postulated that the world was round when ships sailed and the stars above them shifted in a way that would only be apparent to a spherical surface. So there you have it. 3 things you thought to be true but actually weren't. For more information, check out the video by This Is Genius on YouTube. I'm Ethan reporting for TJTV. Now back to you.
Thanks, Ethan.
That's it for today's show.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of
First Things First on TJTV. I'm Tyler. Have an awesome day.
And I'm Emily. You have an assembly today.